The gathering of the tribe. Once upon a time, a great tribe of people lived in a world far away from ours. Whether far away in space or in time, or even outside of time, we do not know. They lived in a state of enchantment and joy that few of us today dare to believe could exist, except in those exceptional peak experiences where we glimpse the true potential of life and mind. One day, the elders of the tribe called a meeting. They gathered around, and one of them spoke very solemnly. "My friends," she said, "there is a world that needs our help. It is called Earth, and its fate hangs in the balance. Its humans have reached a critical point in their collective birthing, the same point our own planet was at 1 million years ago, and they will be stillborn without our help. Who would like to volunteer for a mission to this time and place and render service to humanity?" "Tell us more about the mission," they asked. "It is no small thing. Our shaman will put you into a deep, deep trance, so complete that you will forget who you are. You will live a human life, and in the beginning, you will completely forget your origins. You will forget even our language and your own true name. You will be separated from the wonder and beauty of our world, and from the love that bathes us all. You will miss it deeply, yet you will be unable to name what you are missing. You will remember the love and beauty that we know to be normal only as a longing in your heart. Your memory will take the form of an intuitive knowledge as you plunge into the painfully marred earth that a more beautiful world is possible. As you grow up in that world, your knowledge will be under constant assault. You will be told in a million ways that a world of destruction, violence, drudgery, anxiety, and degradation is normal. You may go through a time when you are completely alone, with no allies to affirm your knowledge of a more beautiful world. You may plunge into a depth of despair that we, in our world of light, cannot imagine. But no matter what, a spark of knowledge will never leave you. A memory of your true origin will be encoded in your DNA. That spark will lie within you, inextinguishable, until one day it is awakened. You see, even though you will feel, for a time, utterly alone, you will not be alone. We will send you assistance, help that you will experience as miraculous, experiences that you will describe as transcendent. These will fan that spark into a flame. For a few moments or hours or days, you will reawaken to the beauty and the joy that is meant to be. You will see it on Earth. For even though the planet and its people are deeply wounded, there is beauty there still, projected from past and future onto the present as a promise of what is possible and a reminder of what is real. After that glimpse, the flame may die down into an ember again as the routines of normal life there swallow you up. But after each awakening, they will seem less normal, and the story of that world will seem less real. The ember will glow brighter. When enough embers do that, they will all burst into flame together and sustain each other. Because remember, you will not be there alone. As you begin to awaken to your mission, you will meet others of our tribe. You will recognize them by your common purpose, values, and intuitions, and by the similarity of the paths you have walked. As the condition of the planet Earth reaches crisis proportions, your paths will cross more and more. The time of loneliness, the time of thinking you might be crazy, will be over. You will find the people of your tribe all over the Earth and become aware of them through the long-distance communication technologies used on that planet. But the real shift, the real quickening, will happen in face-to-face gatherings in special places. When many of you gather together, you will launch a new stage on your journey, a journey that, I assure you, will end where it begins right now. Then, the mission that lay unconscious within you will flower into consciousness. Your intuitive rebellion against the world presented to you as normal will become an explicit quest to create a more beautiful one. A woman said, "Tell me more about the time of loneliness, that we might prepare for it." The elder said, "In the time of loneliness, you will always be seeking to reassure yourself that you are not crazy. You will do that by telling people all about what is wrong with the world, and you will feel a sense of betrayal when they don't listen to you. You might hunger for stories of wrongness, atrocity, and ecological destruction, all of which confirm the validity of your intuition that a more beautiful world exists. But after you have fully received the help we will send you, and the quickening of your gatherings, you will no longer need to do that, because you will know. Your energy will thereafter turn toward actively creating that more beautiful world." A tribeswoman asked, "How do you know this will work? Are you sure our shaman's powers are great enough to send us on such a journey?" The elder replied, "I know it will work because he has done it many times before. Many have already been sent to Earth to live human lives and to lay the groundwork for the mission you will undertake now. He's been practicing. The only difference now is that many of you will venture there at once. What is new in the time you will live in is that you will gather in critical mass and will each awaken the other to your mission. The heat you will generate will kindle the same spark that lies in every human being. For in truth, each one is from a tribe like ours. The whole galaxy and beyond is converging on Earth, for never before has a planet journeyed so far into separation and made it back again. Those of you who go will be part of a new step in cosmic evolution." A tribesman asked, "Is there a danger we will become lost in that world and never wake up from the shamanic trance? Is there a danger that the despair, the cynicism, the pain of separation will be so great that it will extinguish the spark of hope, the spark of our true selves in origin, and that we will be separated from our beloved ones forever?" The elder replied, "That is impossible. The more deeply you get lost, the more powerful the help we will send you. You might experience it at the time as a collapse of your personal world, the loss of everything important to you. Later, you will recognize the gift within it. We will never abandon you." Another man asked, "Is it possible that our mission will fail and that this planet Earth will perish?" The elder replied, "I will answer your question with a paradox. It is impossible that your mission will fail, yet its success hangs on your own actions. The fate of the world is in your hands. The key to this paradox lies within you, in the feeling you carry that each of your actions, even your personal secret struggles, has cosmic significance. You will know then, as you know now, that everything you do matters." There were no more questions. The volunteers gathered in a circle, and the shaman went to each one. The last thing each was aware of was the shaman blowing smoke in his or her face. They entered a deep trance and dreamed themselves into the world where we find ourselves today. Here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are. The time is in. We are here for all mankind. This is your official welcome to the event. And before we begin, let's stop. Let's pause. Let's breathe. So I invite you all, whoever you are, wherever you are, to close your eyes and place your hands upon your heart and feel that special something within you, that's within me, that's in all of us. Feel the bum bum of that heart and know that the light within you is connected to the light within me. Let the event become a sacred time and space where we bring union to separation, where we bring ease to dis-ease, where we bring light to the dark. This is our time to remember. Take big, deep breaths as we release the tension within our bodies and we open to renew, to heal, to thrive again. Thank you for saying yes to this time. There's a born for this feeling within me that I know you feel too, because you have answered the call to be here. We will activate. We will integrate together solutions that we need for ourselves, for our families, for our communities. And as we each take one brave step forward, we heal the earth. We become the new. We liberate ourselves, and we become the promise for what is possible. I send my whole heart to you. My name is Dr. Devin. I'm one of your co-founders, hosts. I'm a mom and a wife and a chiropractor. I'm all these things, but I'm really just a girl in love with living life, trying to find herself in this crazy world we are living in. And I am grateful that you are here, that we are here. And as you get started, I want you to make sure that you print out your time capsule, our playbook, that you can see and feel the different intentions and opportunities to set goals and intentions, because it's not about me and it's not about these amazing speakers, even though our lineup is absolutely out of this world. It's about you. We are here for you. We tapped into the void within ourselves to create space for healing for the collective. So print this out and dive in and set intentions and action steps of what you will do as you drink from all of the knowledge that will be poured through this screen into your hands and into your heart. Begin to ask the questions: what will I do with this? How will I take this to my family? What is it within me that needs to be addressed so that I may shine more light and become the way forward? Again, I am just overwhelmed with gratitude for the people that you see on this screen and the ones behind the scenes that have made this possible. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Devin. I just want to say hello to everyone out there as well. And just to echo what Devin said, this is about each of our journeys in sovereignty and our journey in community, the oneness in the relationship. There's so much beauty and paradox and magic that this amazing team is bringing to you. And there's something, what is there, guys, like 64 sessions over the next 5 days. So if you're watching this, you can go through every single session. You can be with us constantly for the next 5 days, or you can, take your time with it. You can integrate, you can take some time, be in nature, relax, do body work, hydrate, use the Live Connect, which is going to be explained during the 9 o'clock session, the Live Connect, where you can actually intentionally connect with another random participant with a 10 or 15 minute video chat. This is amazing technology that we're bringing forward here. So we are deciding to be here. We are here, and the time is now for all mankind. And we're using technology for that purpose instead of being used by technology. And we're going to get into so many topics, you guys, and the areas that we're going to cover, the 6 pillars in this event are going to be truly inspirational. So I want to invite you to set an intention, connect with your source, connect with God, your Christ, however it is that you connect with the true source that's within you, that's all around you, the kingdom within, the kingdom all around. Do that in a way in which you invite that connection, you invite that oneness to be with you, for you to embody it as you go through this event. And emotions and things are going to come up. It's going to get intense, and things always happens in family, but you are welcome. This is a place of refuge, and this is a place of liberation.
No, it's incredible. We've had nearly 100,000 people sign up for this, and it was really thrown together pretty last minute. And it's incredible that we created what we've created to really empower other people. But I say that to bring up the soil is ripe for truth right now, as Dr. Ben Tapper always says, and you are not alone. This time is very chaotic and tumultuous, and there's so much uncertainty right now, and there's so many people that are hurting and they feel like they're alone in this battle that we're in, for consciousness, for health. But the reality is you are not alone. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are standing right alongside you, and the energy that we can feel, I know all the speakers can feel it, is incredible. And it's only up from here. We just have to be willing to go inward and do the inner work, address some of the darkness within us, address some of the darkness in the collective, and bring that to the surface to heal it. And I hope that more than anything, this event empowers you to do just that.
Yeah, and I would love to hop in here and just share that when we decided to come together, it was really it was magic and miracles that magnetized us together. And we all recognize that there's a lot of media and there's a lot of fear-focused things out there. And so when we came together, we were like, when we're stuck in fear, we can't do anything. And it really limits us. And it's time to start focusing on solutions. What can we do? And really lean into faith. And the team and I would ask you during this time to really lean into faith and to know that you have everything within you to create the greatest life, to start living on this planet in a way that is more aligned. And together we can create a planet that we all want to live on. So I just want to share and just say from the bottom of my heart just how happy and grateful I am to just be here with this incredible team and all of you out there that have trusted us to hop in and join us as we move forward with this incredible event. So just thank you.
Thanks for that, Tara. Hey guys, I'm so excited for this weekend. Josh and I, when we did Reunion Summit last year, really we're just like flabbergasted by how much, or not flabbergasted, but just so impressed by how the community showed up and really engaged in the live chat. So as people are coming in, you'll see the live chat right next to the stream here. Please come in, use that, be respectful, engage, and start to connect, because that is what we're trying to do. We know there's a lot of summits out there, but we're really trying to use this technology for the betterment of us so that we can have these connections. Because as Alec said, there are so many of us out there. And I know it can feel like you get isolated in your town or your city, wherever you're at. But this is all about connection, right? So doing the inner work, finding our why we're here right now, like that video was showing, we started with, and then connecting. So please use the chat. We have a new feature we're calling Live Connect that we'll be doing today during Tara's talk. Bear with us. This is brand new technology. So show us a little grace with this, but we are here. We've got support at the event.global. These are volunteers, so give them a break. But we are here to help you because we want this to work. So the Live Connect is going to allow you to engage one-on-one with another attendee through a camera interface. So you'll actually be seeing each other, talking to each other, and meeting each other all over the world. And we hope this is like this kind of innovation is really going to take these summits to the next level as we prepare to, of course, meet in the physical, which is what it's always about as well. So thank you so much. Once again, use the chat, use the comments below too. You can leave comments that'll stick on the page. Many of the speakers will be coming in and answering your questions as well there. And yeah, let's have fun with this. Let's connect and let's go to the next level. The transition has already happened. Now we're just watching it unfold. Love you guys.
Thank you for that, Mike. And we want to invite you also specifically on the live chat. Let us know where you're from. Let us know, and the community know where you're watching from, where your physical vessel is located. and that was maybe the wrong term, but that's okay. and then connect. And if you see someone that's close to you, reach out and make those connections. As far as the live connect video chat, video connections that Mike was sharing, we want to thank Glimpse Technology, one of our sponsors, for making that possible. So the five of us as founders would love to welcome into this opening ceremony Joshua Lemmens. Joshua is an elder. He carries the energy of truth to power, and he carries the energy, the rainbow warrior energy, the heart-based, calling in the prophetic new paradigm, calling it in and seeing it and holding that vision and observing it into being. And so, Joshua, we would just love to welcome you into this, and so glad that you're with us to help initiate the event 2021.
Thank you so very much. I was backstage, as it were, with this team, and it's not very often I connect with people that all have such vision, such spark, and such heart to move forward. It was an emotional thing for me, in a sense, in my heart. And the key word for me today really is joy, because it's joy that is going to bring us forward. It may be a bit of a conundrum, but it's just what wells up in my heart. Bonjour, Benesi, Indigenous, Dinawe Maginak, Kinyo do Temewan. My name is Joshua. Some call me JD, and I'm of the Eagle Clan. Some of the work that I do, the work I do with the Children of the Rainbow is as an Indigenous Patriot. I'm also a men's rights activist, a preparedness and survival coach, a teacher. I've been, for the last 30 years, a bit of an unorthodox Reverend. I'm a filmmaker, and I do a lot of speaking. When I'm invited to speak somewhere, I think I enjoy it the most when I'm either first or last, because I always like to open or close with prayer, mostly because I love to pray. In a way, my prayer is always so important to me, and important for gatherings, and important for being with people. And I would just love to open this amazing event of drawing people towards solutions. And that's why I'm here today. So let's open our hearts as I give this prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, Great Spirit, Source, respecting Mother Earth and Father Sky, I pray for the fear and anger that has gripped our community, and that you turn it into joy. We suffer little deaths every time we stand up to tyranny, but this makes us stronger. Show us this weekend the solutions we are looking for. Bring us clarity, our defined purpose, and the awakening that brews in our hearts. Give us the knowledge to manifest what we dream of, what we know to be true, because we win. Truth wins. Let us champion the fruits of the Spirit. Things like kindness and goodness, fearless faith, gentleness, patience, personal control, strength of character, meekness, and above all, the power of love. We take our armor and put it on every single day to show others we are the bearers of light. In your precious name we pray. All my relations. Amen.
Amen. Oh.
Whoa. Now, when I talk, I usually just ramble on, but what I've done is I've taken the most popular questions people normally ask me, and I'm going to basically go through them. I think they're really important because what's happening in the world has been prophesied by so many indigenous nations. Some of them are sad because they know that the process of genocide, which is actually happening as we speak for the indigenous people, is at critical mass. And they're reaching out many years ago in their hearts, knowing that a people will come to join us in the ways of the Creator. The first question, now I'm using little cue cards I'm putting up here so I follow a little easier. But one of the questions is what does the awakening look like to you as an Indigenous, from an Indigenous standpoint? Knowing how Source works from an Indigenous standpoint, it's like, what's on the other side? What does it look like? What's the spirit world? What am I sharing? Is really not that complicated. And it starts with really basic precepts. For instance, our mind, our heart, and our intuition. In the world, we're focused so much in our head that we're trying to tell our hearts how to think. But in an Indigenous view, in a truth spirit view, our heart, when we let go of sometimes of the thinking of our mind, our heart and intuition tells our mind how to think. When we live in our heart, our mind is freed up to have a balance with our intuition. When we have a gut instinct, or when our heart speaks strongly, many times our mind tells our heart how to think and what it should feel. But it's really the other way around. Our heart is part of our mind. And when we blend both together and allow that frequency to rise up and work with us, it starts to touch our entire body. So there's many things that are so forgotten. For instance, when a driver drives down the road, and you go back and forth from work, do you ever notice when you come back home, sometimes you're going, how did I get here? You just wonder, you left work and you came home. Our muscles are part of our brain. Our muscle memory in ourselves is part of the function of our brain. Our heart, I know that there's been heart surgeries where somebody would pass and would go to another individual, and they're a vegetarian and they're craving hamburgers because the recipient was given something from someone else. Your heart is part of your brain. Your legs and your body, our entire body is part of our functioning brain. And when we start to realize this, we become more one with an essence that draws us into truth. Our whole body is part of our mind. Something in the sense of what truth and untruth looks like. I know a lot of people have always talk about, there's truth in the spirit, there's untruth. Some people call it evil. Some people call it, there's evil and there's the angels, there's entities or beings. But I want to talk a little bit about what it looks like from my point of view, an Indigenous point of view, what this reality looks like. When we talk about truth, there's an essence of real truth that we are drawn to. But there are many things that happen within those two realities. Evil, for instance, or untruth on the other side works in perfect harmony. People think that untruth is chaotic, but it works in perfect harmony. The result of untruth is chaos in people. So when we look at the aspect of things happening in the world today, for instance, those that are misled spiritually, their untruth has created, and I hope you can understand this aspect, untruth has created a mimic. They've created an entire universe of what looks like truth. So many people are drawn into things to be special. When you delve into a spiritual work and your ego gets invested in your work and you're touching an essence that feels like truth. It's like certain people do certain spiritual practices and it's like this wonderful white glove. And you feel sort of a power and an essence that is given to you that you're connecting with. And when this white glove closes, it turns into a black glove. You no longer have power over it. It has power over you. And you're drawn into a spiritual essence. Untruth has created several mimics of what looks like truth. And you enter a universe where you're drawn away from the essence of real truth. And we need to look at those things, and the only way to experience and fall away and enter into something that's real is to surrendering our ego, surrendering our personal sovereignty, and resting into something that is truly real. It's like the video that was in the beginning, where the essence is accountability with each other through harmony. Another thing that really helps concerning what does the awakening look like, I have found that grounding and connecting with Mother Earth has been really beneficial to me in my journey. It's like it brings me back to reality. The truth in you needs to connect with Mother Earth. It's a new reality. It's happening as we speak. Just recently, a few elders spoke with me, and they said, we see things happening in the earth. It's like the spiders. There's a spidering effect from the mycelium and the roots of the trees and the funguses and the mushrooms. They go out and they start seeing these connections happening in the earth, and we are to be a part of that. We're growing to have a new earth, and we need to tend to it. And it starts with a connection of joy. Every day, not every day, but when I go into the forest, I greet the trees. I talk to them. I open my eyes and I open my ears. A few years ago, I was camping and I asked, I was in this area and I asked the trees that I was around, what would you like me to do? And they said, can you clean things up for me? And I didn't know what they meant. And I looked down and I saw a big garbage bag that was tucked underneath the ground. So I pulled things away and I could feel the level of joy rising. And it gives me it gives me rest, and it gives me respite when I connect to these things. When you walk, you can run your hands over the plants and feel the vibration. You can feel their joy, and they meet you. Another question that people ask of me, can you tell me about the children of the rainbow and why you call yourself a rainbow warrior? I just want to read a couple things here by prophecies that were given. And now, so many of the indigenous people in prophecies all over North America, Turtle Island, have spoken of these prophecies, from the Cherokee and the Hopi and the Zuni, the Cree, and the Hopi people and the Sioux. When the earth is ravaged and animals are dying, a new tribe of people shall come unto the earth of many colors, classes, and creeds, and who are by their actions and deeds shall make the earth green again. They will be known as the warriors of the rainbow. And there's many native prophecies that speak of this. The principles of these teachings will be the same ones that the original communities and first peoples lived by. The rainbow warriors will teach the people of the earth about unity, love, and comprehension. They will take these teachings of how to reestablish harmony between people to the five corners of the earth. They will teach the people how to pray to the Great Spirit as their predecessors had. I have spent almost 30 years, some odd years, to be in this very moment. There are many called as children of the rainbow, but there's also many that have been called to be teachers. For 30 years, I've paid the price that not many are willing to pay. I've been taught things to make your way easier, simpler, having a defined purpose. In my time, I've received many words that I'm going to be sharing in not today, but in many different ways. So I can draw the people that have that spark and desire. Right now, so many of our people, the Indigenous, are being genocided. And I'm a part of and connect with many nations where these people are being taken from us. The Bill Gates of the world, genociding our people. But we will together rise up and thrive because we have a new Indigenous people. You know, I've been asked, what are some of the prophecies that have you been told by seers, by prophets and elders? My overseer passed away a few months ago. His name was Forrest Gibbs. He was a Choctaw elder, and he used to come up to Canada to see me and others. I've spoken with many elders from different areas all across North America. Roland Petoskey, Danny Vihima, and many, many more. Foremost, what they have told me from the years of 2003 to 2013, one of the main things that they've shared with me is that foremost, what is coming is going to be the last awakening. It is, some use the word revival, but mostly they have said that this is an awakening. And this was done many, many years ago when they shared these things to me, that this is a secret awakening, and the church is not invited. This awakening will last forever, and it's something that will connect with all those that are called, all those that there's a spark within them, and it begins and is slowly beginning to happen as we speak. It's strange because I always prepare myself and try to put the right words together. And as I'm speaking, and what happens a lot of the time is part of me goes blank. And I no longer really know what to do or say. So many people are preparing right now. So many people are worried. So many people are in a place that they don't know what to do. But there's something that keeps us in a promise. I know that I have many preparedness groups that I speak to and work with. And I tell them, prepare a year's worth of food. Prepare the things for yourselves, and you'll be taken care of. Connect with different communities. Start with your networks and gather together. I don't, a lot of people don't know what to do. But when we gather in the real, we have an opportunity to grow in what I call source. I had a bunch of things to share. I don't know. I've sort of, in a sense, lost my track.
That's okay. That's okay, Joshua. Thank you so much, and I can relate to that that feeling of you're almost like a channel for source for your soul. And I wanted to ask you something that you shared with us before the event. We were on a Zoom call last week, and you shared with us several other gems, which I would love to ask you about now. One of them is, like, one of the medicines I think for us right now is to have the innocence, right? But the wisdom. So wise as serpents, innocent as doves. To not be, in new age la la land and bubble reality and just play pretend, which is becoming impossible to do anyways. And also not to be so cynical and so bitter and so hopeless that you can't see the light anymore, but to really bridge those worlds. You shared with us something about being mindful of how the energy of narcissism seeks to disrupt the true movement that is happening at this time. Can you share about that?
I was in July, I'm part of an Indigenous think tank that's around the world. And in about July, we talked about what is narcissism. And now in this group, there are people who are actually absolutely not spiritual. They are pure philosophers. And they all agreed that narcissism is an entity-driven reality, and that there is a worldwide attack that started in July, August to break up all of the awakened groups and focus on the awakened groups, that the cabal or the globalists have done actual ceremonies to be able to use narcissism, which is an entity-related attack on human beings. But those human beings make a choice. They've chosen their egos, that they want to be bigger and greater than others. And when this unfolded, we started to see, and I'm part of large organizations that were once healthy groups, and they're all being broken up. They're all being attacked by people who are of a narcissistic nature. And the recommendation told to me, and I even had it in British Columbia, and my recommendation by the Indigenous think tank was, you need to let them go. You need to let them burn out and to let them do their own thing, because they're there specifically to break up awakened groups.
So how can we, prevent and protect, or is it our job to protect? And is it more our job just to be mindful and then to reflect on that? Well, what is that energy in me like? What does the narcissist in me seek to do? How would you say we navigate that?
Narcissism is a choice. It's about ego and being special and being wanting control. I know in relationships and in groups, they want to be the main player, and it's something that in some groups they need to be just let go, let them start their own thing. It's important to know who they are, what people are narcissistic and are on the attack.
I have a question as we close out this call, Joshua, and just thank you so much for being here. Why is the time now? Like, from your perspective, why is the time now? And maybe what would you like our audience to do as far as, moving forward from this space?
It's funny that almost all the prophecies that were given to me between 2003 and 2013 point to this very moment in time. There's a spark that is touching humanity all over the world, and there's a drawing for those that have a desire for truth. I know there's in my life there was what I call a time of loneliness. The time of loneliness is not to get into depression, but it's a time of opportunity when we are allowed to go through our stuff, where we can by ourselves touch the roots that cause us to pull us away from the Creator, but to delve into what do we want to manifest, where do we want to move forward, and how we plan to move forward. This time, I think worldwide is the epoch for the children of the rainbow, for those that are called to live in a true way. And this explosion that was told to me by the elders, they say is the one and only permanent awakening that will last forever, and it causes us to win against the forces of evil. So for me, I've been doing this, I've been manifesting this desire and spirit within my own heart for almost 20-30 years, and it is so strong in me that it doesn't matter what anybody says. I know that we win. I know that whatever force comes against us, and I know they're going overboard to try and destroy. But one spark of one true being, that light is stronger than 1,000 people in untruth, or 1,000 entities of untruth, because it shines and penetrates through everything.
Joshua, someone said something to me the other day at an event that I was at, and what you just shared there is a perfect representation of that. He said, God wins. How soon is up to us.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's sent chill. It's giving me chills right now. And that's exactly what you just shared. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
God wins. How soon is up to us.
I think that what you're doing to me is so important because you're dealing with solutions. We're hearing so many problems, so many things that draw us down, but there's a desire for finding our defined purpose, finding our mission, and jointly something is happening that is drawing us forward. It's strange that I went so blank. I know Josh was saying that this happens, but all I can share really is the love I have for the Creator, the love I have for truth, the love I have for others, and the love I have to be in something that's bigger than myself. There is the joy I have to be before God. There's a joy that I have to be before Source. I used to always seem to know, oh, there's the Lord Jesus, there's this, there's that, but I don't even know what to call it anymore, because the deeper I get, the bigger more expansive it gets. But it also connects to Josh, to Devin, to Tara, to everybody here. We become one. And I think it's that power that when we generate and we fight against untruth, that we become a force to be reckoned with. That energy penetrates everything.
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Joshua.
Thank you. You bet. I just want to, I know I'm finished, but I just, I want to, before I go, I just want to make 2 acknowledgements. I want to really thank the people of the Salmon at the work they do in British Columbia. It's an Indigenous group that I'm a part of, and they're taking back our sovereignty for all people. They're fighting for truth and justice, taking back our rights as human beings, and taking back our territories from a corrupt corporate government. They work so much with the Ezra Wellness people, with doctors, with people who are crying out for truth and justice. And the other group is Insight for Israel, a man named Michael Gano. He's a journalist fighting for 2 million people in his land in Israel who desperately need your help. So many places, so many countries need our help. And when we help others, we help ourselves. When we connect with the people in Australia, the Aborigines, when we connect with the people who are being tormented in the Philippines or in Belgium, it strengthens our resolve, because our prayers and connection of light touches them. And I just want to thank the event and what you're doing and for your work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Joshua. Just on behalf of the team, we're so grateful that you're here, and on behalf of all the viewers. Just a couple of notes as we wrap up the opening ceremony and move into this explosive, igniting experience. The first is share this. If you want to, spread the awakening, if you want to be part of this, the next step is to share it. It's free for 24 hours for anyone to watch. They can just sign up, and every talk is free for 24 hours. If you want to be part of it on a deeper level, and you want to own all the content and watch it, and at any time, there's options on the access page, and there's also a luminary mastermind that we're doing to go deep with us in community. So we invite you at any point over the next 5 days, you can click access and upgrade to deepen your journey and to come with us as deep as you want to. So share it, get the word out. And there's also viewing parties that people are doing. We sent out a brief document about this. So look at the schedule and see what really ignites you, and then invite some friends over. And I just want to quickly, are we out of time? I want to quickly ask Alec, we're doing this event in partnership with Health Freedom for Humanity, as well as an amazing array of sponsors and partners, but specifically Health Freedom for Humanity. It's a USA-based organization. There's chapter leaders in almost every state. You're the executive director. Just really quickly, introduce us a little bit to that organization.
Yeah, so Health Freedom for Humanity, just briefly, started in around late January of this year, and a few of us saw a need to show that health freedom was a grassroots movement. It wasn't sort of these like top-down organizations. It was a group of people from all walks of life, all races, all religions, all socioeconomic backgrounds, political affiliations, genders, sexual orientations, and perceptions on health, and just unite people around the idea that our right to choose what is best for our own health is an inalienable right. And we are educating, empowering, and uniting people on that very premise. And what was beautiful about the share and that video that we played at the beginning with Charles Eisenstein and Aubrey Marcus was talking about what it looks like when we gather in person. And I started to get teary-eyed because I know Josh and Devin were both at the event. Devin emceed for us at the Health Freedom for Humanity Symposium. And everyone who came to that event, the word choice that is used to describe it is that it was life-changing. And that's truly what it was. It was a life, getting emotional now talking about it. It was a life-changing event. It wasn't even the speakers there. It was just the community of people there that made it just so beautiful. I know you would say the same for Music and Sky winner. It's when we gather that, and it really shows that we're not alone, that there is a community of people, and we are growing rapidly. And that's why I always say the more that our side can be open, can be loving, can be accepting, can be warm, welcoming, can tell people to trust themselves, can empower people to trust their own body, while the other side is closed off, saying you must blindly obey, don't trust anyone else except for us. The more that we can be that source, the more that our movement will grow. And that's really what Health Freedom for Humanity is trying to do.
Amazing.
Josh, there you go.
Thank you so much, Alec. We got the website up there. Everyone, please connect with Health Freedom for Humanity and get with a state chapter if you're in the United States. So I wish we could keep going.
Got a minute 30.
We got a minute 30, so we got to say goodbye. We have an outro coming up. And Devin, what's the last word?
Make sure that you what just moved through Alec, and what I hope you felt, because I know I did, is when something goes from I, it can feel really like isolating and alone. But when we turn it into we, literally anything is possible. And so whether it's in the chat, if it's in the glimpse, the live connect, Telegram, text, Instagram, we are showing up, and we are all hands on deck from now to the conclusion and beyond, because we don't want this to be a blast off that just sends a message out. We want to bring it through and really plant those seeds and nurture them. So if you need us, we are here, and you are not alone. We are going to be with you step by step. So make sure and reach out, because that gathering of the tribe, that's it. That's the medicine the whole world needs.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you on the next stream. Love you.